Alright, what's going on, guys? So got a lot of things to do. Some of you are probably waiting for me to start welding up the firewall metal and the battery area metal, but we're going to go to something else, something different. We're going to start working on the frame rail. So there's a lot of work to do, but there is, I mean, obviously there's a frame rail that used to attach in here, and I had to cut it out because it was just rusty. So my new frame rails, they're built to attach to the existing metal, like right here. They weld over it. So since I had to cut that out, I have to build my own kind of frame rail up until like this point. So first I started out with a piece of cardboard. I had this cut to fit in here. So looks good. So then now transferred that to a metal piece, and it's all shiny because I have to plug weld into it. So I'm going to drill holes into this frame rail every, I don't know, 2 inches. Drill a big hole in it, and then I'll weld it to this. So it won't just be welded to the top and over here. It'll be plug welded to this metal. So this piece comes in here. Oop, wrong way. Okay, so this piece is in here. It's actually going to come out a little bit further. So there that is, and then it goes down there. So then I can plug weld all the way down there. So this piece took a while to fabricate, but it's good. So I've got this metal, all this metal clean, as well as that metal up in there. So I am going to go ahead and tack this in place. So this will be tacked in, and then I've got another piece of metal. I've got this big old piece of metal here that I've sanded down the edges on this, and this lays on the inside. So if you look over there, you can see the frame rail where it's welded, and you can see like that additional piece of metal right up there. That's basically what this is going to act as. So it's going to come and it's going to sit. I'm going to weld it on the frame rail, or like the engine bay frame rail here, and then my frame rail will weld on top of this, just like factory. So I've got this piece cut out, fits real nice. I'll plug weld it into here, might weld on top as well, and plug weld it to that metal there, and then my frame rail will go on top of this. So looking good. I'm about to get this other side piece tacked in, and then we'll start piecing it all together. So here we go. How's it look on your side?
Good. Is it supposed to be flush?
Yeah. Is this good? Where I got it? Right here?
Yeah. That looks good. Get by my leg.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get the other side tacked in place on the inside, down in there. So here we are sitting in the car. I've got this piece here. This is the piece that, just like factory, so here's a closer view. See this piece right here? This piece kind of plug welds to this frame rail, and then it drops down, and then that's where I welded this onto. So that's what this piece is acting as. So Got this piece. Try and hold it in here. Got this piece here. Now all the marks, those lines are basically what, see that line, line it up right there. So basically it's perfect. So I marked some holes. So where I'm going to drill holes to plug weld it, because once I tack it in place, I don't want to be drilling holes while it's on the car. It's kind of hard and you got to be real careful. So I'll just do it now, but I won't fill them now. I'll just tack it in place. So I got those done. So now let's drill them out. Alright, so it's been a minute since my last update, but since I left off, I had tacked that piece of metal in over here, and what I've done since then, I've got the frame rail all clamped in place. Got quite a few clamps on it. So what I did was I clamped this frame rail to this metal because it actually needed to be pulled out some because the frame rail was just a little bit wider. So now I've got some pretty good gaps all the way around. This is actually going to go up higher, but this is just giving me a reference point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish tacking this inside metal to the bottom of this frame rail. So like back under there, it's not welded yet, so got it all tacked in, or clamped in, and now I'm just going to go ahead and tack it. Not the frame rail, just this piece of metal here. So let's get that done. Alright, so I just got it tacked in. As you can see, the rail's sitting a little bit lower now, but there's some tacks up there. Did pretty nicely. Actually, that very front one, I blew a hole there because I turned up the heat just one more notch, just to make sure I was at the highest setting, and it blew a hole. So actually, I did a fill job right there, and it turned out really nice. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and weld this whole thing up, and then I will also be able to weld it from the inside. So that is good. Alright, so I just got done welding. Get the glare out of here. See if you can, maybe you can see that. I've had better welds. There's a lot of problems getting up in there, and wasn't exactly the cleanest material, and there is a few pieces of metal, that lip here, that wasn't, it was kind of rusted, so when it got hot it kind of blew through to that second piece of metal. But then I filled it and it was good. Over here looks kind of ugly, but I kind of went over it twice, and that's not going anywhere. And I also welded it from the inside, so nothing to worry about here. These things, whole car is going to move if I try and move that. So it is in there. You can see I laid a pretty good looking bead there. Now what I need to do is I need to clean up all of this so that this new frame rail can fit up there and flush, because right now there's a kind of a gap up there from the weld. So I need to clean it up, and then we're going to put that frame rail up there, and then I think we're going to start putting the floor pan in and working with this. Okay, so I know in the last clip I said that I was going to start working on the firewall and kind of kick panel area, but I kind of forgot that I need to build a piece to link that side and this side together. What like the other side, there was a bottom to this part. So I'm going to, it's going to be kind of hard. I'm trying the light on it. It's going to be kind of hard, but there is of course this lip here, and then the frame rail, like the one I'm putting on, is going to be kind of all the way up here. So I'm going to have to link these two, kind of this angle here. So I'm going to have to build a piece of metal here, kind of raise it up, kind of come up at an angle, and then back. So I'll probably start getting the cardboard out and start shaping it up, and then weld it side to side. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so it's been a little bit since my last update, but I went ahead and got this piece cut out for under the frame rail. Got this bottom piece cut out. It's tacked in a few places, and then I ground the tacks down so I could put the actual frame rail up there just to make sure it fits. So I haven't tacked this other side in yet, but I'm about to do that now. So then this bottom piece is going to be good. So I'm about to weld this up, and then weld the bottom, and then shave the excess. Okay, so after a little bit of sanding, here is the final product. Can't even tell that there was two pieces of metal welded together there anymore, so looks good. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to weld the inside piece of metal. This piece of metal down here, weld the plug welds, and then go around and weld the whole thing up. Alright, well there it is, all welded up. Hopefully try not to get a glare on it, but it looks real nice. Those plug welds turned out so good. I bet it's not doing it justice on the camera, but those just look really nice. Same with down here. I'm so glad it didn't blow holes. I wasn't sure if I'd had to turn the heat down or not, but this thing is not going anywhere. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this video. One step closer to getting the frame rail finished. That piece we put in there now looks really nice. I'm super pleased with the welds. The one side doesn't even look like it had two pieces of metal put together, so I'm very pleased with that. Next I'm probably going to start fitting in the floor pan and fabricating the firewall. So we're that much closer to getting all the welding stuff done, and we'll start moving on to the suspension stuff. So be sure to subscribe, like, and if you haven't seen any other of my videos, be sure to check them out somewhere on the screen. See ya!